Oh, so we're here. I wasn't even gonna start recording, but anyway. So welcome to my channel. My name is Kia B Spiritual Gal. Okay, and today we're gonna be talking about mythology, and today we're gonna be talking about Little Mermaids, and I'm also gonna do shit. What's that other story? I guess I'm gonna talk about all mermaids. Topic all mermaid, because this is how I initially planned this video, so we're gonna do it like that. Okay, we're also gonna talk about Yemaya, okay, the African Orisha. Definitely shout out to this book, Beneath the Moon, Fairytales, Myths, Divine Stories, because that is where these are coming from. Okay, and the stories that I'm finna tell, baby. Ooh. And get into it. We're gonna see what we can learn from. I'm finna dissect Little Mermaid story, okay? The original story, which is not too far from the other story, but anyway, just to re-jog your memory. So, The Little Mermaid, a Denmark-Danish fairy tale. There once was a little mermaid princess who lived in a beautiful castle beneath the sea. And although she had many beautiful things, what she wished for most of all was to see all the things on the earth above the waves, where her fins couldn't take her. One day, while the little mermaid was swimming close to a passing ship, she happened to see a handsome prince walking down the deck. She was instantly charmed by his good looks and sweet disposition, and then worried by the ominous storm that approached his ship. The vessel tried its best to withstand the storm, but eventually broke apart on the crashing waves. After the weather calmed, the little mermaid found the prince's unconscious body floating in debris and bore him back to land. Leaving him safely on a beach, the little mermaid saw another girl run to his body and wake him. His first smile was for the girl, not the little mermaid, and this made the little mermaid miserable. She returned to her sea kingdom and sought the aid of the witch who lived there. She told the witch that she wanted to walk on land. The witch tried to dissuade her, telling the little mermaid her feet and legs were always hurt. The witch also warned that the magic required that made mermaid gain the love of a human. The magic required that the mermaid gain the love of a human. Otherwise, she would die and turn into sea foam. The little mermaid agreed as payment for the spell. The witch took the mermaid's voice in exchange for turning her tail into legs. Walking for the first time on land, the little mermaid soon found her prince, fully recovered with the ship from the shipwreck. But in that time, he had fallen in love with the girl who found him on the beach. The prince befriended the little mermaid, but without a voice, she couldn't tell him who had actually saved him. And the damn girl sure ain't tell him, that bitch, it wasn't me. So she could only watch as he married the girl. And she, still loving him, died and turned into sea foam. Okay, all right. So boom, bada bang bang boom. Well, I can say we can learn from the story of Little Mermaid. So pretty much blah da 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 da. We know the story. She went to the witch because she liked the prince that she saw, and which told her, hey, you're gonna have to trade your voice, and the only way you're gonna have to trade your voice if you want to become human, and the only way that it will really work is if you gained the love of a human. Okay, this ain't even had to be the charm, whatever her name is. And then even so, like, even with them being friends, like, he still ain't, it wasn't no love there, you know, like, okay. I mean, I guess put yourself in that position, like, you have a friend that can't speak, so you, like, foster them you kind of like clothe them and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And it's crazy and very unfortunate because it's like, if y'all ever like did, I know, and when it comes to love, we do the craziest things just to be noticed. And this is what, I don't know, her name is Aria in here. This is what Aria did, okay? Aria was like, I want him, he look good, that's my man. But her man was not on the same page. And it's like, even though she was put in a position that he was able to see her, he still ain't recognized it. Like, she saved his life, but at the end of the day, it still ain't matter. Cause it's just like, then it's still like, where, now you questioning Prince Charming because you like, okay, you married this girl just because you think that she the first person face that you saw. And then the fact that the girl didn't even say like, hey nigga, I just found you on the, I just found you on the beach, on the floor. Like, I don't know, the whole situation, like, what? And she died. Because of the potential or the idea of being in a relationship with this dude. Even though she wasn't sure whether or not he was even willing to commit to her. Anyway, this is a mermaid. This is a fairy tale, but it's so many like fill in the blanks, you know, type of things here. This kind of reminds me of being in high school and having a crush on a boy, but he don't notice you and he noticed the popular girl, and like instead of him giving you the time of day, he ended up getting a relationship with the popular girl, and like in some type of way the popular girl is able to like, I don't even know, fulfill his fantasy. I don't fucking know. But also, another thing that I paid attention was, I don't know how long this video is gonna be, is she had to give up her voice, right, to get like, to be able to become human, to like, you know, for her legs or whatever to work, or for her to get legs or whatever. So it was like, she kind of like, bro, it's like, okay, feet and legs equals taking action, right? But not having a voice, not being able to speak up, that's symbolic in so many ways. Like, even if you think about relationships, like, you know, sometimes it's very easy to get in a relationship, even though she never really got in a relationship with this person. They remain friends, as they say, as we see. But like, you know how people like, they remain close or friends with a person, and like they don't speak up on certain things, or they get in a relationship with a person, they don't speak up, and they speak up, boundaries ain't set. So it's like, I don't know, it can also be symbolic, like, I don't know, it's a lot of different things, a lot of different ways that this can go. Like, also another lesson, don't bite your tongue, because God can take your voice if he wanted to. Like, I don't know, y'all, this is, but there was another thing, like, she had to give up her voice. If you gotta give up your voice to be with someone, it's a nah. And it's kind of like, voice almost give me like identity, because that's how you able to voice. Like, who the fuck is she? Like, why is she here? Like, what was her point of coming here? She couldn't do it. Like, I don't know. What was her purpose to shit? If you look at it that way, what was her purpose for coming on Earth and living on Earth? She couldn't speak. Anyway, it's a new day. But another thing that I didn't mention was also in the story. You know, I went back and blah blah blah. I forgot how like the fairy tale that we used to seeing on TV with Disney go. But like, shit, y'all can refresh it in the comments, you know. But I think at the end of the story in a Disney movie, she marries him. But back to the breakdown, the mermaid witch, whatever she went to, also told her, remember, when the magic changes your tail to feet, your feet will hurt every day, da 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 da. So it's like, okay, so she went from being a mermaid. Mermaids are known for being like, I guess if you tap into like the spiritual meaning, or like a lot of meaning behind mermaids, like it's about like freedom, sexual freedom, or just also think about them being in the water, or like a tale is about like almost, I guess you could say, going with the flow, you know. Being able to swim is like being able to handle natural tides thrown your way. Like she was someone living under the sea, and now you asking for your not to have that anymore, you know, and you get your feet and your legs are gonna be hurting every day. So it's like, also like, what are you willing to pay for to get what it is that you think you want? Because at the end of the day, she still ain't get what she wanted. You know what I'm saying? Almost like, it's like when you force a situation that's not really meant to happen, that's kind of what you get. And it's kind of like, give me listen also. It's best to let things, what's the words? Best to let things just go with the flow, and also not being so in control of everything, because once you think you got some form of control, you really don't. So things are unpredictable, and she was not I'm pretty sure she wasn't expecting to like turn into Seafoam, but this is the risk that she takes. So the moral of the story as well is, you know, you can't really, no matter how much you want something, you probably possibly will get it eventually, but it's a need to go with the flow. Because it could have been a thing to where, like, what if she did not get like turned into like not a mermaid anymore, like she didn't get her feet and blah blah blah. And you know, maybe Prince Charming was someone she was supposed to be with, but in that particular time, in that particular season, he was meant to be with that lady. And of course, you may look at him and be like, well, he just fell in love because he thought that she said him da da da, and the girl went along with it da da da. But like, maybe that was what he was supposed to go through at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Now Ariel lost her fucking life and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if she did not do that? He was supposed to be with her, be with that woman at that moment. Then maybe in time, somewhere, to God's, whatever higher power exists in this fucking story or whatever, put them in a situation to where later on he's not with that girl anymore, however way, to where it just happened to flow naturally. Like, oh my god, they finally was able to somewhat be together. But in some type of way, maybe there still be challenges because she's a mermaid and he's a human, da da da. Or maybe they just weren't meant to be, and no matter how she wanted it to be or how she tried it to be, because she didn't have a voice to say it, okay? This thing like, don't bite your tongue, you know, say what you want. But she couldn't speak at all. She didn't have a voice to say it. There was no, it was really telling that he wasn't, you know, it never crossed his mind to like, oh yeah, Ariel, I think I like her, you know what I'm saying? Never crossed his mind to ever be like, I want to marry her, da da da, in this original story. So, and it just goes to show, like, again, like, if someone ain't willing to meet you halfway, at least a little, or like, just meet you halfway. Like, this wasn't even a halfway meet. Like, she went the whole route. Like, she saved this nigga. She made the sacrifices, all the sacrifices to just be with this nigga, or to be on the same level as him, because she went from being a mermaid to being fully human. So, and he really ain't do nothing. He just fucking existed and married another woman, and she died. So, moral of the story is, don't put in, if you know, like I said, If energy ain't being reciprocal, you know what I'm saying? You gotta decide when you're gonna take your power back before you turn into sea foam and you don't even be able to like damn. Like I don't know, y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments, okay? But I had to add this up in here because I was like, shit, fuck. Cause this video was like just me just skirt off the dome. Cause I don't do well when I write shit out. Cause I don't know, I be there. But anyway, back to the rest of the video. Let's get into mermaids, period. I don't know, y'all, like, I hope that made sense. Y'all also put y'all shit down below, like, this can go anywhere. Let's start a conversation about mermaids in general. The movie that's coming out with Hailey Bailey, mermaids, this story, period. Like, what other, like, what else can y'all get from this fucking story, okay? Because I can go all over fucking place. I hope I made sense. Stay single. Definitely. Because, like, she had, like, until you ready, baby. Because she was worth way more than that, bro. She was worth way more than that. This nigga, damn. Even though he ain't know what was going on, it's just like, come on, bro. But still, it's another thing to where she took a big risk. And in this case, when it came to love and taking risks, it did not go in her favor. But this Little Mermaid story can go a whole bunch of different ways, bro. I'm trying to see, like,